I think that was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm dead.
I know. I'm cracked out today. Let me fucking tell you.
Girl, honestly, same. Hey, bestie. What's up?
What's up, bitches? All right, so we're recording a day early, and I don't know if that's what has to do with it or
with the
because
energy.
our lives are just falling apart. Caleigh and I are just like not with it today.
Not at all.
Respectfully,
yeah.
we're still gonna give you a great show.
Absolutely.
However, I think we're a little bit sleepy. Our weeks have been just a little bit rough.
Just, yeah, a mess. Our weeks have been meshed together. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Like, I never know what day it is anymore.
No. I didn't realize today was payday until it was like halfway through my work day, and then I was like, oh shit, I got fucking paid today.
Like money.
Yeah. Oh, also, can I mention that my dad complained that I have a potty mouth after listening to last week's episode?
Okay, Jeff. Okay.
Respectfully, Jeffrey.
Respectfully, Jeffrey, we are adults. We are grown women. So.
Yes, ma'am. But I'll try to keep the potty mouth to a minimum.
I won't. I have no filter.
Respectfully, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
And I love my family, but I don't really care. So.
There you have it. You don't really care.
Don't really care.
Don't really care.
Oh my god, sorry. I have something in my eye.
That's okay, bestie. Get it out.
Hold on. Don't look if you don't like this stuff.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll start off this week's episode. I want to start off by I wanted to mention about, and I've kind of talked to you about this a little bit, Caleigh.
Okay.
But I've been having thankfully the past few nights I haven't, but I've been having so many more nightmares recently. And I've gotten nightmares ever since I was a little kid. And like on the regular, like not just every once in a while. Like you watch a scary movie and you have a bad dream. Like I get nightmares I'm not going to say the F word because of my dad. Okay. Because ever since I was a kid, I've just always had these god-awful nightmares. And I'm getting them again. And it's mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. And usually when I get nightmares, it's because my mental health is not doing so hot. So that's where we're at. And also, I've also briefed you on this, but my sleep paralysis is back.
I know, yeah.
And I haven't had, the last time I had sleep paralysis, it wasn't even really like sleep paralysis, was when I was living at the apartments. I had it like briefly for like, I think a week. No, not even. It was like for one night. But I used to get it all the time as a kid. And the past few weeks, I've been having it a lot. And it's so frustrating, especially because I got so good at learning how to come out of it when it happens.
Yeah.
Because I was able to recognize when it was happening and then do some breathing exercises. And then I was able to wake myself up out of it. But because I haven't had it in a while, when I wake up in the paralysis, I freak out a little bit, so it lasts for a lot longer. And for those of you who don't know what sleep paralysis is, kind of like Caleigh didn't really know at first, it's basically when it's described as when like your mind is awake but your body is still asleep, and you wake up out of, I'm pretty sure it's a REM state of sleep. So you can open up your eyes and look around, but you cannot move your body. Your body is paralyzed.
Which sounds terrifying. Wow.
And it is. Especially because it usually happens when I'm having a nightmare and I get scared. Or like I get woken up out of it, but my body's still asleep.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
You were explaining sleep paralysis. You feel like you're outside of your body.
Yeah, and just that it's been happening a lot more recently. What I was going to mention was that because it happens right after I have a nightmare or when I'm having a nightmare, when you wake up, you're still having that nightmare. So you can open up your eyes and look around, but the nightmare is still happening just in your bedroom. So it makes it even a little bit more spicy, you know what I'm saying?
Which is like, that's even more scary because I feel like, I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like at that point I would feel so weird being in my room after that. Like it's almost like something, like a negative energy is coming into your safe space. Like that's how I would feel.
Yeah, I guess just because I've dealt with it for so long, it doesn't scare me like that.
Yeah.
I do remember, though, being little and being in my childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
I did feel that way a lot, where I was like, oh, something's haunting me. Like, what the fuck? And sometimes I still feel that way, so I have, like, all my crystals by my bed, because I'm like, ain't no demon getting near me.
Which we love crystals, so.
We love crystals. Yeah, I literally have, hold on. Let me pull these bitches out. Hold on. Look at my crystals.
Love them. I don't have any at disposal right now, but Alex has some here, actually.
Like for himself or ones that you brought?
Yeah, no, for himself. Yeah.
Wow.
He went to a crystal
girl.
shop with his friend like months ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I know, right? So cute. Well, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that again.
It's all right. Just wanted to update the besties, let y'all know how I'm doing this week. It's a little bit rough. It's like, all right, getting through it. And I also, Monday I had my nursing orientation for school.
Yes.
Which
Talk about that.
It was so much fun. No, it's something that I'm very excited for. It's going to be the next part of my life. And I've been wanting to, become a nurse for a while now, and I still want to become a nurse, but definitely extremely overwhelming.
Yeah.
Literally the first thing that they said to us was, we're going to give you a lot of information, and it's probably going to scare a lot of you, but, like, please don't leave. And I was like, really? Okay, awesome.
They're like,
and they were
stay.
right. So please stay. Yeah.
Please.
And then that same day, you and I were supposed to record the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But then some scary shit happened for me. Some stuff happened. So it didn't actually end up happening.
We won't get into that, but yeah.
We won't get into it. Yeah, no, we're not going to get into it. However, that night, I ended up having I think I told you this. I think I texted you. I ended up having 2 nightmares, and I think I also had sleep paralysis that night. So yeah, that's how I kind of know that my mental health is in the gutter a little bit. It comes out in my dreams because I don't really have a good way of expressing it when I'm awake. Not only because I'm so busy, but also just because it's like life happens. I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and the way that my body processes a lot of things is through my sleep. So I end up having to sacrifice a lot of that, which sucks. But that's how Bestie is doing this week. How about you?
How about you?
How about you, Bestie?
Tell us about your day.
Yeah, please. I'm over talking about my nightmares. Sounding like a fucking 10-year-old.
Oh my god, no. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Of course.
That sucks though. It's the worst when you have
But it's life.
Days, months, weeks where your energy is just being drained. It's no fun.
Yeah, very much so.
Well, my week or day or whatever, I don't know where I am.
Where are we? Both you and I are so discombobulated this week.
I feel like it's okay though. It's like normal to have we're gonna have moments like this. It's fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's just life, you know.
It's authentic.
But the show goes on. The show goes on. Mm-hmm. The show must go on. That's show business, you know.
Showbiz, baby.
My week has been not bad, not terrible. I mean,
that's good.
I feel like in terms of, I know last episode we talked a lot about my anxiety and mental health. So along the same lines of Nicole, I'm going through it.
Wait, hold on. So I just got a fucking spam call, so it stopped my my video. So
okay,
all right, and we're back, baby.
Sorry. Little technical difficulty.
Like, I'm over it. Like, all this.
It's okay. This stuff will happen. More than once. It's fine. We're gonna just deal with it. It's okay.
Yes.
It's fine. As Nicole has a mental breakdown. But no. Yeah, so I've just been trying to manage my anxiety. I actually have good news. I went to the doctor today for my yearly physical, and I talked to her about my anxiety and how I definitely eventually want to see a therapist, but I feel like that's not what's important right now. What's important right now is getting my anxiety under control. Because I quite literally am killing myself. Not actually. Okay. I just want to preface that. I'm not going to die, and I'm not killing myself actually, but my anxiety is causing me to not sleep normal. Like, my heart's always racing, so making me sick to my stomach.
Baby,
palpitations to the max.
To the max.
But she prescribed me Prozac.
Snaps for Prozac.
Our first shout out is to Prozac.
It's Prozac. Thank you, Prozac.
Thank you, Prozac. Even though I have no idea if it's going to work, but we're just going to manifest and hope that it does. And if not, we keep trying, It's a never-ending game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I felt when I was on antidepressants. It's just like, here, we can try 50 of these things, and then if they don't work, they might make you want to die more. Yeah. But if those don't work, we can try these 72 others.
Yeah, we have so many other options.
Like, at this point, baby, just take me off. I want a raw dog life, okay?
Raw dog life.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just raw dogging it.
Me too. Hey, I think a lot of it is pride. For me, at least. I don't know about you.
You know what? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I've always had just a weird, I don't want to say, what's the good way to put it? I've just never really had a good relationship with medication. Mm-hmm. And not that it didn't help, because when I was on antidepressants, it helped in the beginning. But I don't know if it's my mind just telling me, like, you shouldn't be on any medication.
Right.
Or if it was actually my body reacting to the medication, but just it didn't feel good. So I don't know. It really just depends on the person, I think.
Yeah. For me, it's fully pride. I'm over here like, you know what? I have zero patience. Just keep that in mind. So this is partially why. But I just was like, I took medicine years ago, and I saw a therapist years ago, and I was like, it's not working, it's not helping, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't willing to put in the effort to actually, make it work, because it takes time. You're not going to find the perfect therapist right away. You're not going to find the perfect medication right away. You're not going to find the perfect anything right away. Just like any good relationship, it takes time.
Facts, baby, facts.
But we're here. We're at the start of that journey, so...
We are here, and we are queer.
We are here. We are queer. We are present.
Yeah,
I'm trying to learn how to be president.
Next month.
President. I'm learning how to be president.
First female president, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Everyone vote Caleigh 2020. When's the next election?
2024, I think.
2024.
Wow, I don't keep up with politics.
Jonas, if you don't put a hashtag right there, it's done.
I don't even know which way it would be. I don't know how Jonas edits these. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm running for president. That's all I know. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you got my vote, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we also, I think a good thing to talk about next would be, Caleigh and I hung out the other day, and we were on our walk. We kind of went down memory lane a little bit, and we were talking. Oh yeah, baby, I'm bringing it up. So, we had bonded over how when we were younger and we had unrestricted access to the internet, how we would find. Just thinking about it, I fucking love it. Okay, so I feel like there's always, at least for our generation, there was like a series that we would find on YouTube that we would just fall in love with. And we're going to talk about that right now.
Oh, yes, we are.
Hey, Caleigh, I think you should go first because I feel like mine is a lot weirder.
Okay. Where do I start?
Right?
So there was this, I don't know if any of you guys ever watched the Sims series on YouTube. They were basically TV shows made on YouTube, but with Sims. So people would literally play the Sims and, disable all of the like little Simlet, like moodlets and stuff like that, disable all that stuff. So it literally was just the Sims moving around. Like that's all you could see. You can't see any of the other stuff. And these people would create actual shows. Like it wouldn't actually be them talking. Sometimes they would do, which I kind of hated this and I found it cringy. It depended on which one though. Like if their voice fit the sim, then it was perfect. But like sometimes they would do like voiceovers so that it looked like the Sims were and I was just like,
not it. No.
I would prefer to read what they're saying. So like there was this one series, it was called My Life, a Sims 2 series by Natalie FireX. Shout out to Natalie FireX. I don't know if you'll ever see this in your entire life. Probably not, but
She's
love you.
She's probably like a 30-year-old woman now with like kids.
Yeah. I'm like, Natalie FireX, I love you so much.
I was going to say, I know we talked about Holly being the first guest on the podcast. A second guest on the podcast should be Natalie.
Natalie FireX, we're getting you. I'm going to reach out to your people. My people will reach your people.
Yes.
But she worked so hard on this series, and I don't know when it came out, but I started watching it when I was probably like, oh God, like 11, like 10, 11. Maybe a little older, maybe 12, who knows, but I was young. And I definitely should not have been on the internet as late as I was.
No, I was, I
Nor
was the same.
that
Like, you
part
could
of
not
the
pry
internet.
me from my computer.
And I was all into YouTube, which is why, I feel like our whole generation really got started with YouTube and Vine and all that stuff. Vine, but she created these series, and it was this story, and the first season of it is about this girl, Roxy, and like her group of friends, and like it's very early 2000s, 90s-esque. And she becomes a teen mom, and her house burns down, there's all this drama, like shit goes down, okay? And then her child grows up, yada, 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 and the second season is about her daughter, Maddie. I think that's her name, Maddie. And then her friend, I forget her name, but then her bestie, Ryan. And,
oh my God, yes, I remember you telling me.
And it's just like, it's so cute. And literally the theme song that because she made a whole theme song, she did like, the theme song is literally like a montage of pictures of all of them, like they would do in any other TV show. And it has the My Life by Simple Plan song playing in the background.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, it was such a good series. And one part from it that got me absolutely fucked up was that Maddie and Ryan had always had like this cute little flirtation since they were little kids. And then they ended up actually finally wanting to be together, and they were at a carnival, and I think they kissed or something, and then 10 minutes later Ryan's like, I don't know, in the photo booth or something, he gets shot. 16 years old, gets shot. Crazy shit at the time. Like me being, this was what, circa 2010? Yeah, that was crazy shit for me to see.
The drama was crazy. Crazy.
And then what happened was, oh my God, what happened was years went by and Maddie was devastated. She grieved him and like yada, yada, yada. And then somehow his twin brother that nobody knew about just appears like in town and is living with his grandmother or whatever. And he pretends to be Ryan for a little bit, but him and Maddie kiss, and Maddie's like, she knew. She was like, this is not Ryan. This is not Ryan. She called him out immediately and was like, where the fuck is Ryan? Like, she was freaking out. And then he finally is like, oh yeah, well, you know what? He's with this woman. I think her name was Mabel or something, and her daughter. And that's where he came from, because he was held captive there ever since he was little. And so he traded places with Ryan because that was the only way that she would let his twin brother go. So then Maddie's like, well, we need to get him then. Like, fuck you for trying to take his life. And it all
Very
works.
like Jane the Virgin telenovela kind of feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he finally comes back. It's a great big reunion, and I'm not even kidding you. Like 2 episodes later, I'm pretty sure he like left. So, it was the worst heartbreak of my entire life.
Yes. Like this shit, it sounds so stupid and so ridiculous, but like this had like the same with you, but like with my series, it had us sucked in.
Yeah.
Like these were so
the
good.
chokehold Sims series had on me. Sims 2 specifically. But yeah, no, I loved that shit so fucking much. And it really shaped me to be who I am now. I would stay up until 7 a.m. at my grandparents' house watching this shit. And then I would sleep for 2 hours and wake up and be like, I had a great sleep. Like, my Nana would be like, how did you sleep, sweetie? And I'd be like, so good. You don't even know. Good. So good.
You're like, I can't believe Ryan got fucking shot. I know. She's like, who the hell are you talking about?
I had no self-control. I could not stop watching it. It was intense, but so good.
So good. Mine was... I'm sorry, are you done?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I don't want to intrude on you continuing your Sim story.
No, I could go on, but it's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn, girl. So the series that I was like heavily addicted to growing up was... This is going to sound so ridiculous. But obviously you guys know the Powerpuff Girls, right? Who doesn't? Let's be real.
Yes.
But there was this like other series that wasn't too popular in the United States. I think it was more popular in Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. Yeah.
I think so. But it was called Powerpuff Girls Z. And insert photo here, Jonas, or whichever side it is. I'll send you a picture, Jonas, to just put it up here so they know. It was like the Powerpuff Girls, but like they're older. And so someone, or like a few people on YouTube, I don't remember the channel names, and I'm too afraid to pull it up on my laptop because I'm afraid it's going to fuck up my audio because that's just my luck. Regardless, we should post a picture of those 3 of like those Powerpuff Girls on the Instagram.
Yeah, we should.
Who are you?
We should. Tag yourself.
Me, you, and Jonas. We're the Powerpuff Girls.
The 3 Powerpuff Girls.
The 3 Powerpuff Girls. But it wasn't, like, obviously, since it was a TV series, you couldn't, like, make a move around like in The Sims. So it would just be, like, pictures of them and, like, and fan art that people have drawn. And the way these stories went was like, all 3 of the Powerpuff Girls would like enter a chat like online. Stop! I know, but it was so good. It was so good, and it often had to also include what was called the Rowdy Rough Boys. Oh, which is like the boy versions of the Powerpuff Girls.
The Rowdy
which was
what?
Both the Rowdy Rough Boys. It was Brick, who was like Blossom's boy. Boomer, who was Bubbles' boy, and then I think Butch, who was Buttercup's boy. Butch, yeah. Those were their names. I remember
Alvin
them all.
and the Chipmunks really copied Powerpuff Girls.
They really did. Honestly, you're right. Copyright, Barbs. Copyright.
I'm calling it.
Calling it. I'm getting my lawyers involved. But so, anyways, there was a bunch of drama in these stupid chats, and it was like, you know, relationship drama, and I don't know how to describe it exactly, but that was my shit growing up. I would sit on the computer, like from the second I got home from school, I would sit my ass down on the computer and I would look to see if they uploaded a new one. And every time they did, baby, my ass was sitting there watching it. And you know what? That's what raised me. That
I love it.
What made me the woman I am today.
No, I love it. Of course.
Right?
Of course.
Yes.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
And nothing less, Barbs.
Speaking of things that raised us, fan fiction, Wattpad.
Oh. Can we... So I'm currently in the middle of reading the After series for any One Direction fans out there. Or Harry Styles fans, I should really say.
Such a good series.
Such a good series. I remember when it first came out, on Wattpad.
Yeah.
And I remember everyone talking about it, and I tried to read it, but I was more into, I think it was called Dark.
Oh, yeah. I never got into that.
I loved that one.
Yeah, I know it was really popular.
It was. So I never really got into After. I wasn't a huge fan of it. But then obviously it blew up, and I remember you reading it in high school.
Yep.
I remember you sitting at the lunch table reading it and being like, these are so good.
I literally
was like,
was in a cafeteria full of hundreds of
noisy
people
high schoolers,
reading smut. Reading the most intense sex scenes of my life that my 14-year-old eyes had ever read.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly, like, I'm so glad. So my therapist was the one who was like, you should honestly read these books, because Harden reminds me of your ex-boyfriend.
Oh my God. I forgot that's what she said. That's so funny.
Yes. But so now at the end of all of our therapy sessions, when I'm like debriefing and I'm coming out of my trauma state, I'm like, so this is where I'm at, and after, let's fucking talk about it. And we just bond over it, and it's great.
I love that.
But yeah, that shit is good.
No, seriously, I used to write my own too. Like, I will never disclose it to anybody. I have written a few fan fictions through Wattpad about like 5 Seconds of Summer. Like, I have a story about Callum Hood. I have a story about Luke and Michael. Like, I have so many stories. I actually also, this is in the deepest, darkest of my notes section. And I've told few people know about this. I've read this to few people, but if you know, you know.
You've never read this to me, Barbs.
I'm pretty sure I have a fan fiction about Mozart and Salieri.
No.
Okay, well, I'll read it to you.
This is news to me.
It's honestly something that rarely ever comes up because I forgot about it. But when I was, what year was it? It was sophomore year. That's peak. No, I would say junior year is peak. But like sophomore year was like when I really was like into fan fiction. Like I was like, there's no escaping. And I would read it everywhere. It didn't matter where. And I was in a music appreciation class at the art school I went to. I went to an art school briefly in high school.
She did.
Not shouting them out.
Not a shout out. Minus one shout out from today's episode to them.
But we were in music appreciation. We were watching a movie. I forgot what it's called. It was a really great movie, but it was about Mozart and this other great composer, Salieri, who wasn't as well known as Mozart, but he knew of him and they had become partners at one point and like wrote something together, or they were in competition together. I don't really know. I don't remember the details of it now. But I just remember it was about the both of them. And I was so bored. Like, it was a good movie, but I was like, just like daydreaming off my own world. And I started writing a fan fiction about them while we were watching the movie because I was able to visualize it and it really helped me get creative with it. And all you need to know is that at the end, Mozart stabs Salieri with a bobby pin. After he impregnates him, so.
Wow.
It was a really, really big twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were lovers, so.
Oh, so cute. I've written a few fan fictions back in my day, and I used to write them, with my best friend at the time. And her and I would be like, we should each write our own fan fiction and then share them with each other. And that's what we would do. She was a very good writer, might I say. But, oh man, yeah, it was a really good way to get that creativity out of your system. And honestly, since reading After, I've been like, I want to write a story like this.
Right. No, After definitely shaped me. I started reading After, like, not long after it actually came out. But before it was ever published. So it was like still just on Wattpad, and the characters were still One Direction characters, or not characters, real people, but you know what I'm saying.
Real people.
But yeah, no, after Anna Todd, shout out to Anna Todd.
Shout out Anna Todd.
Shout out to
man.
Anna, snaps for her.
Shouts
You are
for
an
Anna
incredible
Todd.
writer, and you have balls. Balls to the walls.
Baby.
You
balls
do.
to the walls. Yes.
Yeah. It's insane. But
Yeah, now I really want to read it. No, just kidding. That's copyright. I was like, what if I pull out the book right now and I just start reading the chapter that I'm on? But
we should
copyright.
do another thing, another like segment type where we tell our favorite book that we're reading at the moment.
I would love that.
Right?
I'm going to be reading the After series for a while. I'm only on book number 2. I'm almost done with it.
Love it.
But I still have like 3 more of those books to go. So it's going to be a while.
I can't wait till you get to the really good stuff.
What do you mean all of it's all really good?
Trust me, I know, but you're nearing the really good stuff. The meaty.
I'm anxious.
Yeah.
Because usually towards the end, and like I'm getting towards the end of the book.
Yeah.
And usually towards the end of the book is when it gets real spicy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. My favorite read that I'm reading right now, I haven't gotten too far into it, but usually I can tell if I like a book off the first like few pages, or the first chapter or so. But Beach Read, by Emily Henry. It's really good. It's about this writer who is having writer's block, and then she ends up having to live next door to this other writer who has writer's block that she went to college with, and they're polar opposites. They write totally different stories. She writes romance novels. He writes stories about death.
And they have sex.
I don't know yet, but I assume so.
They totally do. They totally do.
I haven't gotten too far into it, but I that's my book right now.
Hell yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
After is definitely, such a good book. I've been looking for a book exactly like just like such a good love story.
Yeah.
And it's really good, but it also, I have to take like breaks in between reading it.
Yeah.
Not only because I have a busy ass schedule.
Yeah.
And I don't really have the time to just sit down and read, but also because it gets so overwhelming for me. Just with everything that happens, that I'm like, oh God, I feel like I gotta, no.
Yeah.
Like when shit doesn't go the way I want it to, which like obviously it doesn't. Like Hardin's not going to be the good guy that I want him to be.
No, never.
And it breaks my heart every time. And I need a good 3 days before I can pick the book back up.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. I get that. I totally get that. Ain't that the truth, Mama?
Ain't that the truth? What day is it?
It's Wednesday, the 11th.
Well, the 11th. Okay. Mm-hmm. How many more days until Harry's new album comes out? What's that math?
9. Right? It's the 20th, right?
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 9. Yes, I still count with my fingers. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Girl, I do it too. Are you kidding? I am number dyslexic.
I used to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Keep going.
Okay. I was going to say, when I would take tests in high school, middle school, even in college, when I had to take a math class, I'm not even kidding you. I'll sit like this if you're listening and you're not watching the YouTube video. I used to sit like with my head in my hand. And when I would like have to count, I would count with my fingers like this, but I would hide my fingers in my hair so people couldn't tell that I was counting with my fingers because I was embarrassed.
That's too funny. That's too funny. I love that.
I'm not a math gal. I never have been and I never will be.
Yeah, no.
I hate when I tell people that I'm very like math dyslexic and they're like, well, what's 12 times 24? And I'm like, fuck you, I don't know.
You're like...
I just told you I don't know this shit.
Yeah.
Or they're like, what's 8 times 3? And I'm like, well, now I don't know.
Yeah,
no, I don't know.
Out of all equations, though, like, to ask a multiplication equation when you say you don't know math is fucking ridiculous.
It's rude. Okay? It's rude as fuck. Why do you think we have calculators? I don't need to use this. This is useless.
Yep, I don't need to write it out. Just give me a good old calculator.
Give me a good old calc, baby.
I know PEMDAS. That's all I need.
That's it.
That's all I need.
That's all I need. PEMDAS. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me, PEMDAS.
PEMDAS. Oh my God, yes. I love it.
So cute.
I love it.
So cute. Let's see. You want to talk about your love for Hillary Duff? Because you put that in here.
I really, actually, it's so funny that you said that. I was just about to say it. I love Hilary Duff so much. Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding. Like, I would die for her. Lizzie McGuire was my icon. She's been my icon since I was a little girl. I have the majority of the ColourPop Lizzie McGuire makeup collection. Like, I'm actually wearing one of the colors from it today. I forget what it's called, but I love Hilary Duff.
Lizzie McGuire fan, baby.
Ugh, whatever. But I don't know if you guys saw, I'm sure you have, Hilary Duff was on the cover of Women's Health magazine.
She looked sexy.
Jonas, insert a picture now. Actually,
Please.
insert two. One on my screen, one on Nicole's. Okay, we need Hilary in our lives.
I don't know
She is beautiful. Like,
she is.
just beautiful. And she's the perfect example of... She's just a great woman. She represents, like, women out there very well. Like, she's very real. She's very just authentically herself, and she always has been. And she's never let... I'm not saying that, you know, struggles don't come up, and I'm not saying that it's been easy for any child star to, like, you know, grow up in that society. Yeah. But she's just been so resilient through it and, like, really has stuck true to herself. And I just admire that so much. And I respect her so much. And I just think she's so beautiful. She's literally my woman crush every day. I love her so much. Shout out to Hilary Duff.
Shout out Hilary Duff.
I'm like, sorry, I just got so real. I just love her. No. I'm passionate about it.
I love that. I honestly... I don't really remember watching Lizzie McGuire growing up. Like, I remember... And I don't know if that's because, like...
What?
I went through so much trauma growing up that I, like, just don't remember watching anything. Or if, like, I just never did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Whatever.
But, like, so I never really... Like, I don't know. I just didn't really pay too much attention to Hilary Duff growing up. I'm not going to lie. I remember watching the movie. The movie was very good. But I also don't remember the movie at all either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of us just didn't have a childhood. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you're correct. But
I'm like, that's all I have. I'm so sorry.
No, you want to know why? Because that portion of my childhood was on my ass on the internet, just watching random ass YouTube videos like the fucking Powerpuff Girls Z.
No, I get that. I was a Disney girl. I mean, I feel like you can look at me and tell I'm a Disney girl, or I was a Disney girl.
Yeah.
I love Disney.
Are you Disney and am I Nickelodeon?
I think so. I'm very much Hannah Montana. You're very much Victorious. iCarly.
Oh, yeah, Victoria. You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
You're giving iCarly. I'm giving
iCarly.
Alex Russo Family Wizard.
I am the Family Wizard. I want to ask you. So I feel like a lot of, like, people in our same age group watched, oh God, I feel like I stopped watching Disney Channel around, like, right before Hannah Montana ended. And then, like, that was it. I didn't watch any of those, like, newer shows.
Oh, I did.
Like, I'm trying to think. There was...
Like Jessie?
That show with... No, I watched Jessie.
Oh, okay.
But that show with, I think it was Dove Cameron.
Oh, Liv and Maddie.
Yes, never watched that. But I feel like everybody else in my age group was like, I loved Liv and Maddie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never have watched a single episode of that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, I think I've actually heard a lot of people our age say, like, they stopped watching Disney, like, pretty early. But I've also heard a lot of people say they didn't, and I'm one of those people. I watched Disney, and, like, I would say until I was, like, I'm being real here, until I was, like, 16.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I would still watch it to this. Like, if I'm over my parents
and
I'm watching TV, I click between MTV Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network sometimes.
Yeah.
Same. Cartoon Network had some really good shows.
Yeah, they did.
Like Chowder was amazing. Did you ever watch Flapjack?
Yes, I did.
I loved
My
Flapjack.
favorite, it's not older, it was kind of newer, but it was like, it started right when we were like 10 or so. Total Drama Island.
Yes! Total Drama
Island. So good.
Come on now.
That was my
so
favorite. It was so good. And I think that's why I love reality shows. I think that's why
That's a good point. That is a good... Do you know when the next season of Love Island is coming out?
Soon.
Is it?
I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's watch it together.
We should.
I will watch it with you.
We should.
I have not seen... I've watched like a quarter of the first episode of the UK version of Love Island.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say this to be mean against people from the UK. However, it was extremely frustrating listening to all of them talk.
Their lingo?
Their lingo. I just couldn't get with the lingo.
See,
but I also feel as though the UK version is way better than the US version.
Yeah.
So do you watch both, or which one do you watch?
I do watch both. I haven't watched all of the UK version just because I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But I don't have time for that. I don't. But I do play the game.
She plays the game, baby.
Is the UK version. Like the game is always like people that are from like UK or Europe or Ireland and all that stuff. It's never anybody from America. Like it's always people from other countries besides the US.
Other countries, yeah. Makes it more spicy.
Which I love. And yes, I'm outing myself. I love to play the Love Island game. And yes, it is an interactive love game. And yes, I do love it. And if you have an issue, that's your problem.
You can take it up with her lawyer, baby.
Take it up with my lawyer. I will not stop playing.
I've been thinking about that show like a few times within the past few days.
Love Island.
And I remember you mentioning about the game like recently, and I've been like, I kind of want to play.
You should.
Just to like experience it.
No, it's fun. It's addicting. I would download the first one. So they had Love Island the game, and now they have Love Island the game 2. Don't know what happened. Don't care, as long as I can play. But it must have been like a storage thing. They couldn't put 3, because they had 3 seasons already on that one app. So maybe it was time for a new reboot or something. Yeah, but I played all 3 over and over and back to back until I played every outcome I possibly could.
I love that for you.
But you know what's funny though is I was always so afraid to be a bitch. Even though I know that it's not real, like it's fully made up and I could be however I want to be with no judgment.
Yeah.
I was still like, I want to be a bitch, but I'm going to be so nice. And so everybody loves me. And it's so funny because they always make the main character, which is you, sound so vain. And like they always give you the dates. They always make people fall in love with you. And then everyone else is like, what the fuck? Like everyone's pissed, but they still love you somehow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's honestly a psychological thriller.
I used to, starting junior year, I was obsessed with the Kylie Jenner, the Kendall and Kylie game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That had me by my fucking throat.
Yeah.
At lunch, I would sit there. I remember sitting there with Olivia. Shout out Olivia.
Shout out Olivia.
I remember sitting there. We would fucking play. All my lunch would be done, and I'd get in class and I'd like pull out my phone once in a while and I'd play it a little bit. I would also play. Oh God, what's that one with all the different storylines that you could do?
Episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
The amount of money that I have put into that goddamn game is embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Me too.
I was addicted to that game.
Yep.
I never really spent money on Kendall and Kylie's game because I was like, they have so much money, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But an episode, I'm gonna get so pissed talking about it. You would be finally going out on a date with a super cute guy. And it was like, do you wear this beautiful dress or do you wear a trash bag?
Yeah.
And it was like, you need 5 gems to wear the dress. Of course I'm going to pay you $12 for that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is why I'm broke now.
No, this is what is wrong with our society, is that
absolutely
they keep feeding us these interactive games and
making us fucking pay for them.
We're addicted, you know? We're in it.
Awful.
Once you're in it, you're in it. There's no escape.
In it to win it, baby.
In it to win it. But shout out Love Island and shout out episode.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I feel like since I like Too Hot to Handle, and I know the concept of the shows are different, but I feel like because I like that show,
you
would think I would like Love Island, but I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I get that. I get it. Oh, but my video stopped recording, so hold on.
Okay, pause.
I'm just gonna clear up some space, because that's probably why.
You're good.
It's recording, but I really don't know. I restarted my phone, so...
Okay. Cute.
We'll see.
All right, let me clap again, too. Cute. Excuse me. Anyways, Jonas, I hope you liked my reading of After.
I am so nervous that this is going to do it again, but I'm praying it doesn't. I deleted over 500 videos.
Jesus Christ. I honestly think it was just a glitch.
You think?
Because... I think so.
Hey, it's still recording. It's still so manifesting. Please knock on wood that it still works. Okay, cool. It's still recording. So we should wrap it up.
All right. So we have one more thing to talk about. Then we're going to do our shout outs and then we're going to do our song of the week.
Yes.
Which this thing that we're about to talk about kind of ties into our shout outs.
Yes.
So shout out to number 1, Aroma Joe's in Salem, New Hampshire.
Shout out Aromas.
Shout out to Josh and Allie who work at Aroma Joe's in Salem.
Yes.
We also went to high school with them. And when we saw them last week, because we had gone to Aromas, we pulled up to the drive-thru and Josh goes, "Oh my God, it's the Hey Bestie podcast."
It stopped recording again.
Are you serious?
Yes. Alex. Can I use your phone just for like 5 minutes to record a video? Oh, no. I don't need the mic. I just need the video. Just for like 5 minutes so we can end this. We're trying to end it and my phone stops recording every 2 seconds. Okay, hold on.
I like how instead of me having the technical difficulties, it's Caleigh this time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so this is my 4th try. Alex is letting me use his phone, and actually he's a better camera than me. So you know what? I'm not
Just so you know what, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so poor Caleigh's phone is not working right now, so.
No idea. So hopefully we don't have this issue in the future. I'm getting a new phone soon, so.
Hey, look at that.
So
as I was saying before, number 1, shout out to Aroma Joe's in Salem, New Hampshire. And shout out to Josh and Allie who work there. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Caleigh and I literally live off of Aroma Joe's, and it's like our little Saturday ritual where if we can get up early enough, we'll go there, and we'll get our rushes. Not sponsored or anything.
Not
just
at
giving
all.
them a shout out. No,
yeah, we just love them.
And this past week when we went there, when we pulled up to the window, both Josh and Allie were working, and as soon as we pulled up, Josh goes, "Oh my God, it's the Hey Bestie podcast." And it was really funny and really cute. So Josh, Allie, we love you guys.
We do. We love you.
Allie, I'm pretty sure it was Allie who requested this, but Allie requested that we rate our favorite condiments.
Yes.
So we're quickly going to do that for you.
Yes.
I think the first one that's appropriate is ketchup. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts, Barbs?
I love ketchup. Ketchup is like honestly probably number one for me.
A 10 out of 10, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, sorry, Alex's cat Zion wants to make an
You're
appearance.
fine.
Come here.
Hi, Zion, baby.
This is Zion. Say hello. Hello. Okay, goodbye.
Adios.
Yeah, no, ketchup, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I would say obviously next would be mustard, probably.
Yeah.
Mustard, I would give like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I have to be in the mood for it, but it's not bad.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I like it.
I agree. I like mustard. It really depends on what it's on. Honey mustard, that's a different story. I love honey mustard. I could eat honey mustard with just about anything.
I don't know if I've had honey mustard.
Really?
Yeah.
You should try it.
I'm not
good.
a very like adventurous person, so there's a lot of things I haven't tried.
When it comes to food. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I love honey mustard.
Interesting. I'll have to try it.
But
What's
mustard
next?
for me was like I would say like a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. See that?
Yep.
How about relish?
No.
I feel like I like
Hard
me some
pass.
relish.
Hard
Really?
pass.
I like relish.
Next, hard pass. I'm done. I'm over it.
I'd say it's like, again, I have to be in the mood for it. It's like a 6.
Yeah.
6.5.
It's like
But I
a
don't think it's
negative 10.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Negative 11. I'm giving it one extra negative point.
Wow.
I hate it.
That's how much she does not like relish, people. What other fucking condiments? Mayo.
Mayo.
What are your thoughts about mayo? Because I used to hate mayo.
Yeah.
I thought it was the most disgusting thing in the world. And now I don't love it,
Yeah.
but I like it.
It depends on what brand. McDonald's, you suck and you put horrible mayonnaise on your sandwiches. So I hate you for that. But I actually do like the avocado oil mayo the best. I used to just like Heinz or whatever, but like I've grown past Heinz, okay? And I'm on to avocado oil mayo.
Avocado oil mayo?
Avocado? I'm just on trend right now.
She's on trend marks, of course.
Should I do my Courtney impression?
Please, yes.
I'm just like on this journey where I just love condiments and I just love avocado oil mayo on just about everything that I eat. Yeah, so
I'm obsessed.
next condiment.
Thank you. I didn't know we had Kourtney Kardashian on the podcast, ladies.
I'm here, Travi.
Yeah, and Travi. Thank you. So yes, shout out again, Josh and Allie. That was our rating our condiments for you.
I'm sure there's more, but whatever.
I'm sure there's more. Yeah. All right, who else? This week we also need to give a shout out to the lesbians. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm really sorry you don't know. That sucks for you. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Shout out to the lesbians.
Shout out to the lesbians. We love you guys.
Shout out to the lesbians. We love the lesbians.
There were, I think, 2 more that I wanted to make personally.
Yes.
So, for starters, my lovely, beautiful sister, Samantha, and her husband, Carl, are due for a baby in August. And actually the day that this episode comes out is the day of their baby shower. So happy baby shower day.
Happy baby shower day.
I can't wait to meet baby Sophie. I'm so excited. But shout out to them. Shout out to Sam and Carl and the next chapter of their lives together. And then lastly for me, a shout out to my dad, Mark Fleury. Again, you don't get another shout out. Okay?
Yeah.
This is your final one. But you know what? Because it's your birthday. Because you're the birthday boy.
Because he's the birthday boy.
You get another shout out this week. So happy birthday to my dad. Because also the same day as my sister's baby shower is also his birthday.
Oh, yeah. Damn, I did not know
so
that.
Happy birthday.
Is he a Taurus?
He's a Taurus. Yep, he's a Taurus. But he's the good kind. And I don't know any of his other signs in his chart, but he's a very gentle spirit. Not a lot like other Taurus men, I can tell you that. He's a great guy. So happy birthday, Mark. Well, happy birthday, Dad. I don't know why I just said your name. I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark. He's like...
I mean, I've called my dad Jeff.
I know, but I'm like, you know...
I get it.
I love you, Dad. Okay?
Love you, Dad. Love you, Mark.
Love ya. But that's my final shout out, yeah.
Those are the shout outs for today. Okay. Jonas, keep up with that shout out countdown, please, and thank you.
Yes.
And then to end the episode, let's go ahead and do our songs of the week.
Yep. Sounds good.
I've honestly I had a few in mind, and then today I completely changed it.
Sure.
Because 5 Seconds of Summer actually came out with a new song today called Me, Myself, and I.
Oh.
And it's so good. It is so good.
I saw them announce it. I didn't know it was today, though. I'm losing track of life.
I woke up today, and I was getting ready for work, and I had remembered that song was coming out soon, and I looked at their Instagram to see, like, when it was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, it's released today, and it's really fucking good. It's really good.
I'll have to listen to it. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, my song of the week is... I'm, like, stuck between two. I know I can pick them any other week, but...
But it's like, what if you don't feel that song next week?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I know, that's the dilemma that I've been in.
Okay, I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say Youngest Child by Gabriel Sayer and Bambina. It's a very... Ooh. Alex says it's very elevator music-esque, which I can see that. Like, the music is, but the lyrics, not so much. I wouldn't hear that in an elevator, I don't think. But I get the instrumental maybe being a little elevator music-esque, and I love it. It's like jazzy vibes. I love it. It's so good. But it's called Youngest Child, and it just reminds me of growing up, I guess. I'm not the youngest child, but
I am.
Yeah, you are. But it just kind of, I think it's just a song about, like, just growing up in general, and, like, how what you got to do in life to survive, basically.
What you got to do, Barbs.
And how your childhood has shaped you. But it's very few lyrics, but the lyrics say a lot, I will say.
Excuse me.
You're fine.
Sometimes more is less.
Exactly. Yeah,
oh my
it's
God.
true. It's true. You okay?
I got COVID, apparently.
Oh, God.
Let's not jinx that, please. Let's not jinx that. I have yet to get it.
No, my cousin Dominic has it.
Really?
Poor guy.
No.
I know. Poor guy. He just had the annual dodgeball rally at school. And
he got COVID from it.
Yeah, it's where all the elementary schools play dodgeball against each other.
Oh, yeah. That's a COVID
They
hotspot,
were so excited,
baby.
so happy. The parents hugging each other, kids hugging each other, spitting and sweating in each other's faces.
Spitting and sweating.
COVID City.
COVID City, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place for us to wrap up this week's episode. It was a little chaotic, but hey, that's what you signed up for. Yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If you liked this episode and you like us in general, give us a like, give us a follow, share it with your family and friends. Maybe not your family. It's not always going to be family friendly, though. Follow us each on our own individual Instagrams, which Jonas will be so nice as to put at the end of this video.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Please like my pictures and tell me that I'm pretty, because I'm a Leo and it boosts my ego.
Me too.
Yeah, we're both Leos, if you haven't noticed.
No, wait, literally as when I was adjusting my camera at the beginning of the video, I caught myself looking into the camera like, and then I was like, what did I just do?
Oh, man.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But that is it for us this week. Tune in next week to episode number 4. Be there or be square, baby. That's all I'm gonna say.
Square. You don't want to be square.
You don't want to be square, bro. Let's not be SpongeBob SquarePants.
Not today. Not the vibe.
Not today.
But anyway.
Not today.
It was great talking. It's great chatting with you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye, guys.
Bye, bestie.